Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about cost estimation, right? So which is a process or which is a part of FinOps process, right? And why that is needed and how we can implement that so that we can estimate the cost as well as that is going to help us implement the predicting or predictability as well as identify the potential cost that is going to come across out of the budget and forecasting that we are going to measure for the next year or maybe quarter or half year, right? And this is very important step when we estimate the cost during the forecasting as well as the predicting cost. And then we do budgeting as well, right? So this is specifically for the those initiatives which are going to be based on the cloud-based initiatives as well as any initiative that is going to be happen, or maybe there would be such scopes where there would be asked or requirements for organizations to bring the cost estimation beforehand so that they can showcase that forecasting as well as the estimation to the decision making process, and then those decisions are taken place, right? And basis on that, it is going to improve the spends as well as all other capabilities that we can look into the FinOps practice, right? So let's go ahead and see what is cost estimation, and then we will move further, right? So what is the cost estimation? By definition, it is a stage of FinOps process which involves predicting and identifying potential costs, right? And the value of workloads which we are going to implement within the cloud organization or in the organization by implementing clouds or cloud environments, right? So it could be any projects, any innovation, experimentation in any testing, and basis on that, that is going to be estimated. So now the estimation involves exploration of various potential scenarios within the cloud environments and calculate the estimated cost for different scenarios. So different scenario includes the different architecture of the cloud implementation, be it any project, any solution that we are going to implement, and it is going to help us to identify the estimated cost for it, right? And basis on that, it also impacts the forecasting as well as the budget that we are going to uh, plan for the next year or for next quarter, right? Or maybe for a project specific. So this is going to impact and change all of that visibility. The purpose of this estimation is to facilitate the planning and budgeting for the cloud-based initiatives that we are going to host and use across the organization. And then it also helps the organizations to anticipate the future costs. So based on different scenario, as we go ahead and plan different architectures, different solutions that we are going to try or maybe provide, and then we are going to explore other options, be it microservice architecture or tier 3 architecture. And not only that, but there are many other capabilities and components which we are going to consider for enabling the creation of planning for migration of the different projects and workloads. It could be implementation of the systems or maybe cloud services and solutions, and then the modernization of workloads in the cloud, right? So these are the different scenarios and different capabilities that we can bring on, and it is going to change the cost estimation and forecasting and budgeting at later stage as well. So this estimation process is going to involve multiple estimates. Multiple estimates includes the comparing future costs under the various scenarios which I talked about, like migrations and implementations, modernization of the workloads in the cloud, and any different architectures, maybe mission critical architectures is also a part of that, right? And then organizations can consider and understand all those scenarios and they can move ahead. So the primary role here would be from the engineering personas the engineering team who actually is going to look after all those estimation of the costs and see how it is going to cost. And then there is also a role of FinOps team who is actually going to contribute that to estimates and other the organizational policies, right? And then it is going to specify that budget to the specified architectures as well as the changes that is going to be happen across the organization. So there are two different teams involved here to estimate the cost across the organizations for specific teams or projects or estimation on the different scenarios, right? And this requires an input from different stakeholders across the organizations. So this includes the product team or finance team, leadership team, and particularly the team who is actually going to take a pivotal decisions on complex as well as the different scenarios, which includes the trial budgets that we are just building out a budget, and maybe that's the trial budget, but going forward this budget is going to be changed and simplified, or maybe just reshuffle it. And then there are different scenarios, and basis on the scenarios it is going to be changing the budgets and forecasting, and then cost estimation is also going to be impacted at the end, right? And this estimation component, right, this is going to be the critical component across financial management for the cloud computing environments. Why it is crucial? Because it is often linked across the forecasting process mostly. And forecasting process is involving creating detailed forecast models based on the planned changes, as well as cost estimation provides necessary inputs to inform those models. So forecasting has a planned changes which we are looking for maybe next year or quarter or next 3 to 5 years down the line. But the cost estimation is going to provide informed details or informed models to the forecasting, and then forecasting is going to help us to allocate that cost, consider those factors into the forecasting as well as at the budget level as well, right? So it is going to change this whole cycle from cost estimation to forecasting, and then the final budget and budget planning, right? And the cost estimation is not a limited process or a scope, we can say here, to a single factor or single estimation. It can be used for both small service changes as well as entire org-wide changes, or maybe entire project or specific applications, whichever we are looking for. Maybe we are trying to modernize an application or transform the current processes to the cloud, and then we are going to improvise the systems across the cloud environments. Then this can be implemented and used across both of those scenarios. And this gives really a great flexibility, which is a crucial, because dynamics of the cloud computing makes it challenging to predict the costs at different levels, as well as the frequent updates to the services and managed services, which also complicates at estimation level when there are different costs on different resources, on different shared services and shared costs, right? And that is when there are different costs on different requirements and different projects and scenarios across. So this is a comprehensive framework for planning and estimating uses of various techniques across the estimation cost across the cloud. And this is going to help in those situations wherein we are identifying the cost beforehand for forecasting and then the budget, right? So these techniques includes, among other, accounting of shared cost, as I said, and then platform adjustments and support costs and sustainability impacts and operational impacts. So all those are the other factors which we need to also consider uh, while making estimation process, and which is more inclusive and reflective for the full business capacities and needs, right? So this is going to give the complete visibility whether we are going to cost or we are going to allocate something, right? And then how we can estimate the cost for the same, right? And this way we would get the visibility across, and then prepare the budget and forecasting beforehand. For example, now engineering team has to evaluate the cost which is on or which is impacting on the migration workload from virtual environment or virtual machines to the managed services or maybe Kubernetes services or serverless computing models, right? And this detailed estimation allows the more direct comparisons of scenarios as well as the services, and which is going to give us more informed planning and optimization for the future financial as well as operational considerations. Why? Because from virtual environment to the managed services, we definitely get different views, different capabilities, as well as cost estimations, which we can compare between different scenarios and can informed or can take the informed decisions there. And then it is going to give us the complete visibility. And at the last, the accuracy of cost estimation relies on different tools and techniques and practices that we are going to leverage here, right? Which is also crucial for the organizations to establish the robust set of practice and well understand the parameters where scenario planning and documentation expectations of the cost estimation is also very important. So overall, this foundation enables effective and efficient financial management across the cloud, and it supports the broader goals of organizations when we are following FinOps principles, right? So this way we can estimate the cost, which helps us for budgeting and forecasting and different scenarios and managing workloads effectively beforehand, and make sure we are going through the right path and not changing the paths which are not correct or appropriate, and going forward are lacking the costs and everything at the end. So yeah, hope you like this. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Also do share this video with others whoever needs to see and watch. And yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.